works on the first try. Let me just bring up my Oh, I didn't actually bring up my I have a new tool that it combines all my chats for me into one window. It's phenomenal. Hang on.
This is the one I think you used it for the first time last time.
No,
and there
no,
was
no.
some
This
issues.
is next level. This one's next level.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. And I can highlight messages and shit with this one. Hang on. Let me just make sure everything's good to go. Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is yeah, Twitch is good. Hang on. Kick. Good. Twitter's good. YouTube. Good. Good. Okay. Let me just get my chat program up so we can I can monitor. Dude, it monitors all my YouTube chats. Why isn't my camera focusing?
Yeah, what happened there? That's weird.
Come on.
I think
there we go.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, it monitors all my YouTube chats. It monitors my Kick. It monitors my Twitch. It monitors it, and it all puts it in one. And then it shows me the logo that what platform they're chatting from and shit. It's awesome. Anyway, welcome to Techonomics episode. I think it's like 23 or something like that. This is an official one. Usually I just like live stream on that channel when I don't have guests or when I just like because I don't have time for that shit right now. But today. Everything DLSS 5, baby. Everything DLSS 5. So, what's up, Matt? Let's do a little catch-up sesh first. How's everything been on your end?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we haven't caught up for a while. We were actually just catching up off camera about some other things, but yeah, it's been a few months. I know you've had some challenges with your cat, and yeah, it's been. I'll tell you, up in Connecticut, it's been cold. We had 2.5, 3 weeks of temperatures below freezing. So that was just weird. I haven't experienced that in a long time. So yeah, other than that, but I've got a trip. I had a birthday this year, which obviously we do every year, but I've got a trip coming up to Australia. So I haven't been to Australia since I haven't been to Australia with my daughter.
Is it worth visiting?
So that's gonna be fun.
Is it worth visiting?
Australia, I mean, I was born there.
No,
and
I know,
I've
but
got family there, so it's a bit biased. But Australia is one of the easiest places to enjoy. It's just a pain to get to, right? So
yeah.
it's like we're flying. I think we're going through Singapore, and it's a direct flight from New York to Singapore. So that is, I think, the longest flight on the planet at the moment.
Yeah.
Something like 20 hours.
I can't do that.
Right? So. Yeah, so that's tough. And then it's another 7 down to Melbourne, which is where I'm from, which, by the way, is where Hardware Unboxed is from. So I was thinking I might hang out with my buddies down there, right?
Just have some parking lot beers. I don't think they would even. I don't think. Man, I would love to go to Computex and just like be like, "What's up, Steve?" That'd be fucking awesome, right? Because those guys only go to Computex for some reason. But guys,
well, no, Tim was at CES. Remember? Steve wasn't. Tim was there.
Oh yeah, I did actually see him. I didn't see him.
I ran into him at the MSI booth. I was literally next to him looking at a motherboard, and I was like, I know that voice, and you know, because it's Australian, right?
Yeah.
So he was there.
But, hang on. By the way, guys, we're gonna do anyone that like Huntamos did a Prime and Duramax, I think it donated it was like $2 or something. We're gonna do when it comes to like subs and donations and stuff, we're gonna take a pause every like 30 minutes and catch up on them. That way, if you do them, it's not like we're ignoring you. It's just that like we're gonna have like every 30 minutes we'll have an intermission to read the donations and chats and stuff. Or if you want to save it for that time, that's a good idea too. But so anyway, did you ever respond to the Newegg, the motherboard?
I did. So yeah, same
What did
thing.
you say?
So first of all,
So fucking annoying.
I didn't ask for that motherboard. I asked for the
Oh
Z890
yeah.
version of it, right? So the two DIM AM5 motherboards are completely pointless. And I appreciate that she sent it out, right? So I got the X870E 2 DIM Tai Chi. I think it's behind me. Actually. I think it's there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I can
on the
see it. Yeah,
desktop.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But what I did say was, I was very clear. You and I have talked about this, and I said I'm only going to make content on it. And this was when I was talking about the Z890. If it adds value somehow, if it's better than the Unify or better than the Apex, and I'm able to extract more performance, I'm happy to put it in a video and talk about it. And of course, she's like, yeah, no, absolutely, no problem. They want to send it out, and then I get the message, when are you making a video on this? I was like,
Dude,
so I just, yeah, so same thing. I just said I got to travel coming up. I haven't even installed it because
same.
I don't know what I would use it for, right? So anyway,
Dude, I was just telling my my community like the other day. They're like, "Are you gonna get a 270K sample, like the new Arrow Lake ones?" I'm like, I don't even want the sample. I'd rather just buy it, because
Mhm.
I'm like. Because I'm like, and then I gave the example. MSI sent me that new power supply with the power connector monitoring thing, and I've literally had it for a month. They haven't even released the damn thing. But my cat got sick, right? And then I was like, I know that MSI is gonna email me any fucking minute, and they're gonna be like, "Where's the video?" And I'm like, this ain't worth $500. Like,
Yeah.
it's not worth it. It's not like it. Like, dude, remember how I was telling you all that shit at CES? I'm like, samples are the biggest fucking joke. There, and then
It's a trap,
it's
right?
like, it's not
That's
even
what
a
it is.
trap. It's just like fucking
Yeah.
annoying, dude. So like this the ASRock ones. She sent me the same motherboard, and then I sent you the message, right? I'm like, what did I say again? I'm like, I don't care that much. Send it if you want to or don't. Like, seriously. Like, I'm just like, I don't fucking care. She's like, okay, yeah, we'll send it. I'm like, okay, cool.
So
Within
you know what?
fucking 2 weeks, man.
Listen, do you know what's under this motherboard?
The
The
power supply?
MSI power
There you
supply.
go. Yeah.
So I haven't done anything on that too. But so what I had said was I will include I want to do a mega MSI build,
Yeah.
right? And so I want to wait, but anyway, so
No,
yes, it is.
I was gonna do it, but my 5090 blew up, so I couldn't do the video. And then my cat got sick. So there's like there's like legitimate reasons why I didn't make these videos, right? But
That sounds like a kid's kind of excuse
of
when you go to
course.
school. Like, where's your homework? Well, my GPU blew up, and then my cat got
Dude,
sick.
dude, if any of the brands were actually like, your cat's not sick, I'd be like, how
Yeah.
fucking dare you, dude? Like, how dare you know?
Well, you also put her on
Oh,
like your
she's on
live
every
stream
video. She's
too.
on every
Yeah,
video and
yeah,
every live stream, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But it's just like I don't think people understand how little value samples are. So like how did she have the did MSI email you about the power supply yet?
No,
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
I'll be honest. So, and we're talking about companies. I appreciate that MSI sent that out. It was painless to send it out,
Same.
right?
Yeah, same.
They haven't followed up and said, "Can
Same.
you do this? Can you do that?" So I truly appreciate that. Asus, on the other hand, like completely ghosted me after CES, after making all these promises.
I
So
told you.
I know,
Just
but
come on, come on.
look,
Okay,
I always I
can you
always
just
try and
say
give people a chance,
can
right?
you just say Doofus, you were right? Can you just say that,
Well, you were
please?
right about
Thank you,
Asus,
thank you.
right?
Okay, thank
So,
you. Okay,
right, you were right about
okay,
Asus,
okay, okay, okay.
but here's the crazy thing, right? I get it on like I at least understand on parts because there's a cost involved,
Yeah.
right? So, but I like what about like the XOC BIOS, just basic stuff
Oh,
that
you
isn't
never
going to
got that,
cost you
huh?
anything. Never got it. Asked like 5 times.
That's odd.
Like, how does that cost you anything?
I think it's just hardiness, man. I think Asus is just hardy. I don't like
I think so. Maybe.
so the MSI one, you know why I think they didn't follow up? It's not because they're like trusting, it's because they don't have any to sell yet.
I think so too.
I
It
think
is
that's
kind
why.
of pointless.
Yeah,
It is kind of pointless when people are like, "Hey, I want to go buy one," and then they can't. And then
exactly.
they're like, "Okay, well, I need a power supply. I'm just going to buy something else," and then they're not going to come back and buy it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it is somewhat pointless at that.
I
To
think, but I
anyway,
think that's why they didn't follow up.
it's
Otherwise,
possible.
if
Yeah,
if that shit was for sale, they'd be following up.
maybe, maybe.
100%.
Right.
Asus, I don't know what's going on there, dude. I don't know.
That's weird.
They're just tardy. Even that new guy that they hired,
Yeah.
they all mean well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
when
they
you
mean
talk to
well.
them,
Yeah.
they're like nice people.
Yeah.
Like JJ, I really like JJ. You
They've
know that,
Yeah,
right?
no, I
Like I
know,
told
yeah.
you, and he's so engaging. He's so passionate. He's like a really great guy. And honestly,
He's
even
stressed out.
last year,
He's so
yeah, but
stressed out.
even last year, he got back to me. Even if it was,
Yeah.
hey, here's the thing. It's like I didn't ask for parts. I was like, hey, how's that BIOS coming along? I want to do the test. I ended up just doing the test without it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was like you only wait so long, right?
yeah. They seem like the type of guys that like trip over their shoelaces and shit. Do you know what I'm
Like
saying?
small things become a big problem,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, like they get
Use an
flustered
AI
easily.
assistant. They could use an AI virtual assistant. There's those tools out that you
Maybe.
can use.
Like I guess
It
they have
seems
you know how
that.
like some humans have trouble like prioritizing their list of
Mm,
tasks. I think
yeah.
that's what's going on there. They have like
Mm,
a whiteboard with like 400 things and they don't know how to prioritize from smallest to biggest or whatever. It's like
yeah.
the debt snowball. People don't know how to deal with that shit either, right? But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I agree. Dude, Cliff is the goat.
Yeah,
Straight
he
up.
really is.
Cliff is
Like
the goat. Yeah.
even you send him an email, he gets back to you
In like 10
fast.
minutes. Yeah, he's the
And
goat.
it's not just that. The other thing I appreciate, and again, you and I have talked about this, if you can't send me something, just say it.
Yep.
Don't lead me on. It's like, yep, not get, for example, right? Lightning, right? Not going to be able to get you a lightning. I appreciate that. You know why? Because if I want one, I'm going to try and figure out how to get it myself now.
Dude, they're in stock
You know,
everywhere.
sorry,
They're in stock everywhere. Nobody's buying them.
the lightnings?
Yeah. There's
They
9 of
went out of
them.
stock instantly.
No, there's 9 of them in stock. Best Buy Canada.
That's,
Canada Computers has like 4 of them. Yeah.
oh, not in the US. They sold out
They're
fast.
everywhere in Canada. I guess because
Really?
they're 7 grand, 8 grand in Canadian.
Well, maybe that's why. But so I mean, we should. I've got very, very good stories about this. Actually, do you want me to do the story now before we talk about DLS? Because it involves Jay from Jay's 2 cents. It's
Oh,
pretty
sure.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
So, and if any of my viewers are on, you've probably heard this story.
Did you
But
hang on? Did you watch his last video where he's like, I need to get
oh,
something off my chest?
I did watch it, and I actually, for the first time, agreed with some of what he said. I
What was that
actually,
video even about? I like
so
how he put in brackets not
not
clickbait. I'm
clickbait.
like, it's
Yeah.
that's literally fucking clickbait. I obviously didn't watch that shit, but that was a good
So
thumbnail.
so first of all, I did watch it. I'll tell you what does work. The not clickbait works. I'm gonna
I
have to use that at
know.
some
I'm gonna
point
fucking
because
totally use that.
it's kind of like do not watch this. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna want to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So his clickbait game is up because he wrote not clickbait. But anyway, I watched it and he starts off showing a clip from Steve from Gamers Nexus of Steve saying, well, what do you think I'm going to do? If people can buy a PC case and can't afford to put anything in it, I'm not going to cover hardware. Basically justifying why he's focused on drama, right? And Jay was pissed off about it. And he's like, well, that's Steve's perspective, but that's not my perspective. And basically spent the video explaining why. And I felt this as a content creator that perhaps other people might not, in that he basically said he got pulled into how to he got pulled into how to focus on growth for his channel versus what he enjoys. And he based that whole video was about how he's going back to what he enjoys. And if people don't like it, tough shit. he's going to do what he enjoys. Because I'll give it to Jay. He has not looked like he enjoys doing videos for 2 years. And it was basic, and he took a swipe at Steve, and I appreciate that. Like, he
I'm gonna
finally
watch
stood
that.
up.
I'm gonna watch that
You
video.
should.
I
I'd like
didn't.
to get.
That's not what I thought it was. I thought it was just another like Doom or Hardware is Dead video. That's why I
It
didn't bother.
wasn't. No, in
Oh,
fact, it's not. And so when I'd like to get your perspective, because I posted it in my school community, and different viewers had different perspectives on it, right? But I actually appreciated it because I really like it was Jay being genuine. And he basically said, I'm not the channel you go to get tech reviews. He said that.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, you know what? I appreciate that. He's like, I'm the channel you go to be entertained, to do a build. We're going to start doing builds again. We're going to start doing these lavish things. And I know you can't afford it, but it's okay because people watch this stuff to see things that they can't necessarily afford, but just to have fun. I really do appreciate that, right? And so you might want to take a look. It wasn't
Why did he
a
take a
doom
dig
and
at
gloom
Steve?
thing, right? Sorry?
Why did he take a dig at Steve?
Because Steve took a dig at everyone else in the industry in typical Steve fashion, right? Like it was you got to take a look at it. I thought
Yeah,
it was good because
I don't think there's a right or wrong there. It's like we struggle with that all the time. Do I make a
yeah,
video with the AMD crown or do I do what I want?
yeah.
If I do what I want, I get punished with no views. That segues perfectly into Digital Foundry shit for DLSS 5.
Oh
But
my
tell
God.
me your story first though. I'm gonna watch that
Okay,
video later. Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you the story and quick story. But basically, this involves a bunch of things. But basically, when I wanted to buy a Lightning, right? And so IC actually helped me. So first of all, I asked if Newegg could put one aside for me, and of course that was too difficult, right? But what she did do was she let me know as soon as they launched, like the second.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to go in and buy it within a few seconds, and I got one, right? So I
Yep.
was like, cool. I also entered the MSI raffle, and I was selected. So
No
I'm like,
shit.
yeah. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy one. And the worst that can happen is I can sell it and at least cover the costs of my other one
Well,
and maybe make a little bit of profit,
if you
right?
use your own Newegg affiliate link, you get 3% on that shit. Yeah, keep going.
Well, so I at the time it was a rush. I didn't bother doing
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
yes, that would have been the smart way. So I have two Lightnings,
No
okay?
shit.
All right, so now this is where the J part comes in. Jay got told by MSI that they didn't send out samples. And that's a lie. Come on. Like, you see the people that got MSI Lightning samples, there's lots of channels that got samples. Hardware Unboxed, Paul's Hardware. There's a bunch that got samples.
Interesting.
So
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but clearly something happened and Jay didn't get a Lightning, right?
Okay.
So one of the members of my school community, we were joking around. I was like, "What am I going to do with this other Lightning?" And he's like, "Well, Jay doesn't have one. Why don't you see if he wants it?" So he's like, "Do you want me to reach out to him?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Why not? Tell him it's $100,000."
Yeah, yeah.
He reached out to him via email and CC'd me, and Jay immediately responded. So I went backwards and forwards with Jay. It turns out Jay ended up, what was it? Micro Center ended up finding one for him, and he bought it from Micro Center. Right? That's what he said. But in the process of talking with Jay about this, Jay literally responds with, "Hey, I forgot to," because he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it from you if Micro Center can't get me one. I appreciate, you know." He's like, "Hey, I forgot to ask, is it the air-cooled version or the water-cooled version?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, they just don't know, man. Yeah, they just
So it's like he had no clue. And I'm like, well, as far as I'm aware, there's only one version,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. No, they just don't. People don't understand. These larger guys are they're not out of touch. They're just like they're normies. They're just like
Yeah,
they're just normal dudes. They're like
and not only that, he didn't turn up to CES, so he probably never saw it,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of things, but it was a weird interaction. But anyway,
I
on my
tell I
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I actually decided I'm giving away the second Lightning in my school community. So that's gonna be an announcement I make tomorrow. And just so you know,
How are you going to prevent people from joining for 1 month, entering, then leaving?
so okay, so that's a very good question. It is very difficult to give something away and not violate like any laws or rules on YouTube and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that. So I spent probably a month and a half. First thing I want to do is just do like a random raffle, and that can very quickly turn into an illegal,
Yep.
what's it called, an illegal lottery.
Yep. Yep.
So I stopped that. Then I made it into a PC optimization challenge, so it was skill based.
You can
And
just do it privately. It doesn't matter.
okay,
Yeah.
so I tried to do the challenge. That like there was so every day I would run it through like AI, like to get a legal review, and there'd be 10 other things I'd missed.
Yeah.
So I ended up stopping that. And you know the simplest, most legally accurate way to give something away is to just gift it. So there is no randomness to this. I'm literally selecting someone from my school community to receive it. That's it.
Yeah.
No, that's it. And that is as bizarre to me as that sounds. I think it would be fairer if I was to use a random number thing. But as bizarre as that sounds, that is the easiest and simplest legally viable way to give something away.
You know how
And
I do it?
as long as it's under $18,000, and then at that point something else. But anyway,
Yeah. You know how I do it? I do it based on who wants it and what's the seniority. Easy.
you got to be careful. We can talk about this offline. I dug into this. I went down a rabbit hole on this
For what? A
a
$200
month.
motherboard though?
Yeah, so likely no one's going to have a problem. And if you do it behind a paywall,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So, but like you can violate YouTube's rules very easily. I had people.
It has nothing to do with
when
YouTube though.
Yeah, so when I announced I was going to do the PC optimization challenge and had a prize as the
Are you
lightning, I got
advertising it
threatened
on
by
YouTube?
people. I posted a link on YouTube to the.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, none of that
So,
shit.
but
None of that shit.
That being said, I can advertise this now on YouTube, and there's no issue. Because
You're allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to say subscribe on my YouTube in order to enter.
You're not allowed
yeah,
to
you
say
can't
that.
do that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No.
So this has nothing. Yeah, I'm doing this in school, right?
No, yeah. So
right?
it's like if I'm like, it's more. I don't really do giveaways. It's more like I have leftover shit. Who wants it? And then it's like, so like I'm giving away like the Crimson Desert CD key because it came with an AMD CPU, and it's like whoever's been supporting me the longest gets it because they've been. Why wouldn't they? I'm not gonna give it to a guy that's been there for a month. I'm gonna give it to a guy that's been there for 2 years, right? That guy clearly deserves more.
So here's the thing that I learned: the best way to avoid any legal issues is not to have any like judging criteria, and it's just I'm giving away my motherboard to whoever I select.
I think I'm in Canada too, so it's like.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. I wanted to do this globally, which caused a whole bunch of other problems too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right?
No, you can't. Yeah, I never mind just that. Just trying to, dude. I tried to give a Battlefield 6 CD key to a guy in the UK, and I just like couldn't. Like, no, I had to e-transfer him $40 just to buy the fucking thing. Cause I'm like, there's no way for me to transfer this to you. Like, Steam blocks it. Yeah. Fucking the AMD redeem thing or the Intel redeem thing fucking blocks it. The CD key itself is region locked.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so when I dug into this, some of the global stuff, I basically, when I decided to just stop and I was like, there's got to be an easier way, which is how I ended up where I am. And I was deep. I've got official rules for the competition. I got like a template made up. I had all of that. What really killed me was, all right, if someone complains, and then it was like, it's going to be destroyed. And basically what I could see happening was someone being so pissed off, they were going to be a Karen and they were going to sue me.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want the headache. I'm just trying to give something away, dude.
I have so many stories, dude. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Dude.
And that's really what happened, bro. Like, people threaten me on YouTube.
You have to. First of all, you have to do it privately. Second of all, you have to ban anyone that even gives you a smell of being a fucking rat. A smell of it, dude. You don't understand. I remember back in the pandemic days, I gave away a 3080 because I had an extra one. And I remember there was this one guy, one of the guys, one of my good buddies now got it. And one of the other guys was like, well, he doesn't need it more than me. Why didn't I get it? And I was like new to YouTube, but this time I'm like, why is this guy fucking whining? Why isn't he happy somebody else won something? But they're so fucking entitled, and dude, well, I've gotten so much more. People don't understand why I'm so strict on everything. It's because humans are ungrateful little shits, man. Wow, are they ungrateful little shits? Oh my god, dude. Giveaways,
you know what?
Trying to support people that support you is a fucking nightmare. I had another guy. There was an EK Direct Die AIO. You couldn't get them anymore, and I'm like, oh, this is a fucking awesome giveaway, right? And in the things, in the not the rules, but like the, if you want this, please be aware it's Direct Die. Please don't ask me for support. I'm just trying to give something away. Just like I'm not giving something to you for free and then helping you install it after, kind of thing, right? Because it's quite advanced. It's an advanced product, right? What do you think the guy fucking does? Right as he receives it. Yeah, it's not working. I'm like, I fucking told you not to enter if you needed help. That wasn't the only thing. So I lost my fucking shit. I'm like, dude, you literally didn't read fucking English. Like, you didn't read. I'm like, on what planet did you think it was appropriate for you to just ignore what I said in the rules, right? I fucking lost it. Anyway, he unsubscribes and leaves. So
he wins and then unsubscribes.
Yeah, so he won the giveaway, needed tech support. When I said no tech support, it's an advanced product, got salty that I didn't want to help him install it, and then left. So I lost a $50 a month supporter because he's a fucking idiot. And I tried to give something away.
And so that's how I,
be careful with giveaways, man.
No, that's how I felt with the competition. Is like it took a lot of effort for me to put the rules and template and everything together.
They're not going to read it. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
And here's the thing: my school community was great. They helped me, but I get to the point, and then I get these smart ass, and I posted the draft on YouTube and just said, "Hey,
don't do it.
If you got any comments." And people are like, "Oh, this is illegal. I'm gonna dub you in, and I'm gonna." It's like, guys, I've spent $5K on a GPU that I've decided I'm going to give away, and
that's the
your
problem.
response is like, I'm going to like.
That might be their only chance.
But if you ever wonder why people don't do nice things, that's why. And it was like I got to the point of I'm not giving away something which I could make more money on by flipping it as a scalper. I'm not giving away something and then going to expose myself to like lawsuits and stuff.
For what?
I'm not doing that.
Yep.
Right?
So, dude,
anyway.
I was no. As unique as people think they are, we all go through the humans are basically just pre-programmed algorithms. So when you try to do X, Y will always be the result. So when you try to do giveaways, there have been every tech tuber has tried to do giveaways, and every tech tuber has been punished in the exact same fucking way. And it's like every tech tuber has tried to say negative things about AMD and has gotten punished in the exact same way. So there's no. It's like it's like
it's funny because
I actually had to tell my community after. I'm like, guys, I'm not doing giveaways anymore. Because every time I do a giveaway, I get punished.
So it's funny you say that because I reached out to Linus about it, and he said the problem with the random giveaway, like where you do it and you open it up to everyone on the planet, is he said you make one person happy and you make everyone else pissed off.
Yes. Yep.
He's like, and in your case, you actually made the person unhappy that they gave the thing away. But the point is that yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes, right? But
why are you even bothering?
Well,
Just
I mean,
don't.
I'd gone down the path of wanting to do the giveaway, and so I got it in my mind. I want to do this, and so this might be the last one I ever do.
You're gonna regret
But,
it, man.
let's see, let's
You're
see.
gonna,
I mean,
but
at
no, no,
least
not
now
like, not
there's
even like legally. I just mean like you're gonna lose 5 grand, and that person's gonna, whoever wins it is gonna unsub in like 2 months, and then they're gonna be like, oh, I spent too much on St. Patrick's Day beers. I need to cut back. And it's like you're like, this is like the craziest fucking shit, dude. Like you just want like a
yeah.
$6,000. You'll see, man. You'll see.
I mean,
You will
that's
see.
probably true, right?
That's why you got to do it by seniority. So if
Mm.
there's a guy that has already given me like $1,000 in monthly fees, of course I'm okay giving him a 50/80 because that guy's, I know he's gonna be there for another year or two. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
I had this one motherfucker enter the Crimson Desert giveaway, and I'm like, minimum subscriber length 3 months to enter. And he was like 2 days over 3 months, and he fucking threw his name in there. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, come on, man. It's like, God damn it. He's like, but I've been here for 3 months and 2 days. Technically, I qualify. I'm like, you're the exact piece of shit that I do not want in here, man. Like, just oh my God, humans are, fuck me. Anyway,
Anyway,
DLSS
so
5.
you know what? This is a very good transition
Yes.
into DLSS 5, and the reason is that and we can talk about Digital Foundry, but the thing I wanted to talk about first was that we can talk about Digital Foundry because I made all of my comments on X, right? I tend to do my opinions, like heavy opinion stuff there, right? So if you're interested in what my opinions are, you can see there. But so I have a very strong opinion of what happened with Digital Foundry, and I don't think they look good at all. I actually think they destroyed their brand.
Can
But
you
to get
can you
death
back
threats,
up and start, because I actually didn't get a
yeah.
chance to. So what happened? So did they get early access to the preview
So
or
I'll tell you what
something?
happened.
Yeah, just give
It's
me the
very
rundown.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very simple. So every year, I used to go to these events all the time, particularly when I was working in industry. NVIDIA does a GTC event. It's actually the same time and across the road from the Game Developer Conference, but this is their technology conference, and they typically don't do big gaming announcements, so they won't launch a new graphics card there, for
Yeah.
example. It's more
This is an Nvidia thing,
industry
right?
focused. Sorry?
This is an Nvidia
It's
like,
just
yeah,
NVIDIA.
yeah. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just NVIDIA. And they do one in Washington, D.C. that's focused on the government as well, like later in the year.
Yeah.
And during COVID, they stopped these. So they only bought it back like last year.
Yeah. Okay, got
So
you. Yeah.
this is Jensen does a keynote. It's, huge stadium, all of that stuff. So at that event, which was, I guess, this week, right? Jensen announced DLSS 5. So Digital Foundry watched that keynote and immediately ran out and made a video on it because they wanted to be first.
So they were in the audience.
Yep.
Okay, got you. Okay.
And so they wanted to be first out there with so they watched it, they were impressed, which I think if you just step back and put all the bias away, you are actually going to be impressed because you have eyes, right? But we'll talk about that later. But they were impressed and they made a video rapidly. So that's part one. So that video
And
goes out.
They said they were like blown away and they're just gonna like suck your dick
blown
and shit.
away.
Okay.
This is the next generation in gaming, all of they basically I didn't watch the video, but I'm sure that they went over the top, right? Thinking that this was going to play well with their audience,
why?
right?
I already know why. It's the Tony Robbins effect, man. When you're actually in a fucking seminar room and Jensen's up there like, just buy more to save more. It just works, and then it just like fucking pumps you. They must have been so pumped, and they made that video while they were so pumped up from Jensen on stage. That's probably why they were so hyped about it.
And that's what they would have done. And
that means he's doing his job well, by the way. But yeah.
But the first issue I have is this rush to get something out and be first. It happens on day one reviews too, where people don't test properly, but they're in such a mad rush to try and be first.
We've all done that though.
They'll release crap, right? So
we've all been there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so I'm not saying this was crap, right?
Yeah,
so, but I completely agree with you. I think they were energized. I think they were like, wow, this blew me away. And I want to share it with the audience. I actually don't think there was anything wrong with what they did. It was their truth.
It's an
It was their
opinion piece.
moment
It was
and
an
it was their
opinion
truth.
piece. Yeah.
It was an opinion piece. It
Yeah.
was their truth, right? Now, I don't know if in that video they made statements that were not accurate because I didn't really watch it
I
in
didn't watch it.
detail.
Yeah.
So they may have, but that's not really what they got canned for, right? So then Steve from GN, of course, you know, Mr. Doom and Gloom will rip apart anyone. And of course he's got his like what's the word when terrorists like Islamic terrorists create a, you know, kill all these people. Anyway, whatever that word is,
Jihad.
he's got this jihad
Yeah.
against Nvidia, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so he really, really, truly despises and hates Nvidia, right? It's
Which is
very
so
obvious.
weird. It's so weird.
But whatever,
Something
it's
must have
so
happened
obvious.
behind
Like
closed doors. Yeah.
he's an angry old man at this point,
Yeah.
right? But anyway, he comes out and like some of his statements, he said it looks like someone smeared dog shit across the, and it's like, are you okay? Are you having a mental breakdown? Because you can have an opinion that you don't like it, but to claim that it looks like dog shit smeared across the screen is just not true,
But do you
right?
know
Like,
why he does that though? So if you have what's the word? Not sensationalism. It's not extremism. So you have it's
to
like
trigger a reaction.
yeah, no, it's like you can say I'm not a fan of this or smeared dog shit. This one is going to get like infinitely more clicks because it's more divisive. The more
Yes.
divisive it is, the more it gets fed into the algorithm. And I think
Yep.
he's fallen into that trap. I think his default vocabulary is just extreme now because
I think
it
is
works.
too.
Yeah.
No, I think it is too
Yeah.
because it works, right?
Yeah.
He's seen it, right? It works. And so he did that. And then of course now everyone comes out and is like, wow, you know, this looks shit. And so then Hub, of course, because they have no actual opinion themselves, follow suit. And anyway, so I argued with some of these guys on X, but whatever, they follow suit. And so fast forward now to Digital Foundry, the employees that were in that video are getting death threats from the community. It is insane. This is a game. Like this is games. This is not real. This isn't going to destroy people's lives,
Dude,
right?
I
Like
got death threats all the time.
I got it, but
Yeah.
like over your opinion on DLSS 5 is it's insane to me that someone would think it's appropriate to give a death threat over an opinion around an upscaling technology, whatever. So
Yeah.
that now is what led them to do their follow-up video where he makes an incredibly bad choice by saying we should have waited to get the feedback from the audience before giving our opinion. And that is so profoundly wrong on so many levels.
You know what that means? It basically just means we're shills. That's what he just said. We're just
it basically
shills.
means we will only give you
What
an
you want to
honest opinion if we think you're going to agree with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to get canceled. They're just dude. Oh my god. So hang on. There's so many things to talk about there. Holy shit. Okay, so the first thing, the whole death threat thing and like the whole now like how we can't conceive how like humans would actually do something like that. You know, okay, there's a very 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 sad reality of online culture. Have you ever creeped a profile of one of your haters by chance?
On X, I've clicked on their profile when they've gone too far because I'm like, who is this?
Yeah,
person?
do they have like their actual face on there though? Sometimes,
No, very rarely.
So
right?
sometimes, if you dig deep enough, you might find their LinkedIn or you might find their like other YouTube channel where they actually have their face post. I've shown you a couple of pictures before. It's always a borderline like special needs, obese, like they basically look like GN but like more special needs. Like it's really fucked. And then like they're never they're, it's,
Had me at they basically look like GM.
well, you know what I'm saying? Like that archetype, like the basement dweller, obese gamer type of dude, right? They don't see
Very
sunlight and shit.
stereotypical,
There is a
right?
stereotypical look, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like why is it never like a fucking Giga Chad that's like hating? It's always this like very unfortunate. You can tell they fucking hate themselves so bad, dude, right? Anyway, and then I was watching this actually kind of broke my heart. There's a streamer called Clavicular. He's large on Kick, and he's like a 21-year-old kid that's all about like looks maxing. And basically what that means is he optimizes his looks as much as possible, right? He gets like
By fitness or by
everything, cheekbone
plastic surgery?
surgery, like
Okay.
hair, he plucks his eyebrows to a certain way to like there's like a science to how your eyebrows are supposed to look to make yourself more attractive. He goes fucking crazy. Anyway, he had a call the other day with his most gifted sub, like his largest supporter. The guy gave him like $10,000 last month, right? And when they were on the clip's going viral right now. When he went on the phone call with this kid, who's his largest subscriber, it was like a special needs kid in like a wheelchair, like missing teeth, that like couldn't really speak English. It was like a not to use the word retard, but it was like the actual definition of it. Like the kid didn't have verbal skills. You know what I'm saying? And this kid is using their disability money and funneling it to this streamer. And I'm like,
Yeah, there's something pretty messed up
there's
about that.
there's a huge fucking problem with online culture right now. And so when GN or Hub or these guys, I don't think they understand that that's what their audience is. So I don't
Yeah.
think they understand. Like when Hub or when GN is like, I smear dog shit on DLSS 5 or whatever, and then now I don't think they understand that they literally have a weaponized army of like miserable retards that
Yeah.
will like that's I'm not trying to be like
No, but
you know what
I
I'm saying?
actually
Like
think it's very I do, and I think it's very concerning because
it's
if you look at
full.
some of the rhetoric that comes out of GN, where he's like, Nvidia should die and things like he says that. He literally
He
says words like
I
that,
don't but
which I think is horrifically bad, right? I mean,
because
you
I don't
can
think they
look,
know. I think
yeah,
they think their audience are just like normal dudes. I
yeah.
don't think they think of them as like these basement dwellers that wear like literal helmets to go to sleep and shit. Like like crazy fucking people, dude. So anyway,
Yeah,
like
you see that in some of the comments on X where I find like X people they'll just write whatever the hell they want, right? Because they know it's never going to get banned, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
X. And look, there's always been a thing where you wouldn't people will say something virtually, right, that they wouldn't say
Sure,
in
of
real
course.
life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
of
that's
course.
always been a thing, and it's always going to be a thing, right? Um, but man, it's like you really do lose humanity by doing that. And the fact that we can't have a discussion, right? Like I have zero problem. You and I don't agree on everything, right? We've had
Sure, yeah.
arguments
Yeah, yeah.
about stuff, right? I appreciate that. I wanted to talk. I don't want to just talk with people in an echo chamber. I want to talk with people that actually make me think. And sometimes it'll reinforce my opinion, and sometimes I'll change my opinion. And that's healthy, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
but
right?
I
But the
think
reason we're in a jam in like the US at least politically because no one talks. It's like,
no,
oh,
I don't
you're in
think they
this camp.
can.
I can't talk to you,
I
right?
don't think they can though. I think
Yeah.
I think if we like zoom out, I think like genetically or like our species, most of us evolved to be soldiers that are programmable. I think that's just normal. Like, and then
Pawn right on the chessboard.
yeah, well, that's how the pawn to rook ratio, right? And it's like, these guys that are terminally online, they are supposed to be like, we have a large demographic of humans that were supposed to be killed off in some kind of war. Like, so like when you enter the US military or any military, they do an IQ test, and if the dumber you are, the more on the front lines you are. And it's been like that since the dawn of time, right? And then now all of a what the hell was that? Like hit my window. And then now it's like, we have these humans aren't being
you know
like
who that was? That was Steve from GN.
no
Sorry,
shit, dude. Yeah, I know. No, I think a duck hit my window or something. And then now we have this like huge population of people that actually aren't being killed off as soldiers, and they have they don't have a purpose programmed into their minds. And then so when they go online, they are being programmed by influencers. We're influencers, right? Or like GN's an influencer. So like if GN, that's I don't think I don't think these larger guys understand how much like terrifying weaponry they wield human weapons basically, right?
Yeah.
And so when he's like, this is dog shit, and Digital Foundry is getting literal death threats. That was the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Like, that's what that was. It was a programmed soldier doing what he was programmed to do. So some of those death threats are like, if you meet these guys in person, they're like when we're at CES, why does not a single guy come up to me and say anything to me? Because it's not gonna happen, right? Like they're fucking harmless. They're basement dwellers, right? But you only need one.
I know.
One out of 4 million.
Concerning.
Yeah, it is concerning. Yeah. And I put the responsibility there on GN.
Yeah, and so I do too. And so as much as it's easier to sit back and criticize Digital Foundry, because I don't think they should have made that follow-up video, or at least said what he said, but I can at least, if they're scared, which I'm sure they are, I can at least understand why they attempted to do damage control, even if it's not nefarious, meaning that they attempted to do damage control because they were losing subscribers or something. Like, if they were legitimately scared for their lives, right?
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, you gotta, I mean, I don't want any, I can disagree with someone, but I also don't wish them harm. Like, I've said that about Jay, right? I can disagree with him, but I think he's an okay guy. He's got a family.
What's the goal in harming somebody? That's the real,
It doesn't make any sense, man. He's just trying to do his thing and survive and enjoy his life.
Yeah.
And yes, he doesn't do benchmarks well and stuff, right? I got it. But he's entertaining and he's pretty funny. And like, you can always, if you have a view of looking for the positive in things, you can always find something positive. For example, Steve from GN, who I'm highly critical of, I used to be a big fan of GN. I bought their mod mats. I did all of that stuff, right? And I actually supported him through the whole Linus thing because I was somewhat blinded by who really benefited there. And he has some amazing attributes, I would say, as a person.
He used to.
He used to, but I think they're probably still there. But the more I see what he does, the more nefarious it comes across. Yeah. Right. Being on the inside and seeing, like, the first question I ask is, who's benefiting from this behavior? Yeah. And he's benefiting. Like, he bragged about it. He made over $2 million from his documentary from people investing in that documentary. He made $2 million. So if you're Steve sitting there, and do you remember the documentary about NVIDIA? It got taken down and then it got put up. And
how did he get 2 million?
He did what's the Kickstarter or whatever it was to raise money for it. And he made, so if you do something and it's incredibly successful and you make a lot of money, what does that program your brain to do? Do it again. Let's run it again, right?
Well, and that's fair enough. I'm doing a second course. Yeah.
No, but I mean, but it makes sense, right? So he's like he's in this kind of spiral that is beneficial to himself,
He's
but it's
programmed
like
himself. He thinks he's
he's
being ultra.
programmed himself.
Yeah, he thinks
Yeah.
he's being altruistic doing that shit.
He
Not.
thinks that he's actually doing good for the community, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you, right? Having worked in the defense industry for a long time, he does not understand a single thing about Palantir and their
Yeah.
involvement,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have a security clearance. He has no insight, and he's making these statements. And I'll tell you, he himself, just for his own health, I think he should be very careful who he keeps picking battles with. He's picking battles with
Yeah.
the ultra wealthy companies and powerful companies, and I don't think it's good for him, like from his health,
Well,
from
yeah.
his future well-being.
YouTube can delete his channel tomorrow if they wanted to.
They could,
Yeah.
and I just like I get that he's making money, but at a certain point, it's like, hey, dude, like you may want to just ease up a little, right? And I don't
So, like,
think
yeah.
that
What's his goal?
like, is he actually changing anything? Do you see Nvidia
No.
changing their behavior?
No,
I don't.
he hasn't actually accomplished anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see Palantir changing their behavior? I
Yeah.
don't. Right? Like, I don't see any of them changing anything. And if anything, and I do think this was like funny, if anything, look at Jensen's response to DLSS 5 criticism. He came out and just blatantly said gamers are wrong.
Yeah.
Right? You don't say that unless you're a monopoly
Yeah,
and don't
yeah.
give a crap. Right?
Well, no, because Steve Jobs, before he released the first iPhone,
Oh, I love that.
yeah,
Yeah, he said customers are wrong.
No, customers don't know what they want until you give it to them. Yeah, 100%.
And guess what? He was right.
Yeah, it's
He was
100% true.
right.
Yeah, they don't know what they want.
Yeah. And on a much smaller scale, you see people do this. You and I have talked about this before, but people will say to you, "Hey Matt, hey Jufus, why don't you make more content on lower end hardware that people can afford?" Do you know what the answer is?
Yeah.
Whenever I've done that, it gets no views.
Yeah.
So you can say that that's what we should do, but when we do it, you don't watch it.
You go do it. I say all the time, if you want to, why don't you go do it? It's cheap hardware. Go make a channel and just do cheap hardware. It doesn't fucking do anything.
It does not. No one watches it because they don't listen. You don't want to watch a video about a Toyota Camry. You want to watch a video about a Ferrari, right, or a McLaren or whatever, right?
So, so the here's the thing. We've known for like here's the thing. It's not I don't know how to work. It's not that I hope Digital Foundry's channel goes under. It's more that I hope that the tech audience wakes the fuck up already. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so Digital Foundry
they said
literally said
out loud.
Yeah, they literally said we should have waited to see the audience sentiment before posting our opinion.
Or giving an opinion.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So, but what we knew that they were shills back when the 3080 launched, back in the Ampere days, and everything they do is just like pure fucking shill, right? And it's like, and then here's the thing. It's like, can you blame them? It's like, because again, AMD crown thumbnail. It's like, if they shill, so let's say if Nvidia pays them 10 grand to make a video, they make the video and they get exclusive access to this certain graphics card that nobody else does. Then on top of that, they get like 200, 300, 400,000 views. They make another $50,000 or whatever. And all they have to do is just read the bullet points. So it's like,
hey, let's be honest.
That sounds like an audience
Steve
problem.
from GN.
Of course.
Are you kidding me? That's exactly what he did.
But that sounds like an audience problem.
It is, but when he got the inside scoop on the 50 series before it launched at CS, do you remember he was there a week early and he did the thermal breakdown with the thermal engineer, and he did all these exclusive and then turned on NVIDIA like 2 weeks later or whatever?
You know what I think that was? I think it was because Der Bauer got that 4090 Titan. and he didn't.
And he didn't.
Yeah, I think that's what that was.
Probably.
Something about that shit.
But you're spot on. I mean, add into the mix, if you give your opinion, you're going to get death threats, and it's like, what is the incentive? What? So I
Exactly.
agree with
Yeah.
you, right?
You're like, dude, how much, dude? I've gotten death threats over $5 before.
What?
Dude, because I'm like, some
What
guy
did you say?
nothing. I'm just like, some guy will join the Discord for $5. This was like a year ago. To be fair, this guy tried to find me quite hard. It was actually fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, he found like my day job email. He found where I worked. He tried to email my like HR bosses, and all over $5, dude.
I vaguely remember you telling me about this.
Oh yeah,
right?
no, nothing came of it. He's like, I'm gonna take your YouTube channel down. I'm like, it's $5, man. But it's like, it's because they feel so. So he joins the Discord for $5. He breaks 2 or 3 rules, and I have to ban him. I say, you can't. You're a fucking idiot, right? Maybe I should remove the "you're a fucking idiot" part. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, people get so fucking mad when you have an opposing opinion or view to theirs. So like, the opposing opinion or view would be like, they join my community and then they don't agree with how I run it, therefore they think I'm the devil. So so it's super weird. It's like they're not like, that's his thing, I'm not gonna bother with it. They try to like change how I run my channel to fit their narrative, and then if they can't, they like death threat and shit to try and change it. It's fucking insane, dude. These people are actually nuts.
I mean, listen, I can understand someone coming in, even if they read it beforehand, disagreeing with you, but there's a whole nother level of death threats on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can get someone disagreeing and being pissed off with you, and it's like, hey, screw you, whatever.
Just
I get
leave.
that.
Yeah.
Right, just leave, right? But I mean, that also goes for, like, I had a guy come onto like YouTube, like one of my videos, and say, I can't believe you made this video and put ads all through it. And I'm like, dude, you understand that YouTube does that automatically.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to see the ads, like, buy premium.
Yeah.
And then someone else come on and is like, this is hilarious, right? Like, but it's like, what are you getting upset at me about?
Like,
dude?
it's your fault.
Like, you're watching free content, right?
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the giveaways and all that shit too, right? Where it's like, you're gonna try and give away a product of some sort. You're gonna get death threats, or like, you're gonna get hate over it. Yeah, there's no, and
I will
then
get hate. I mean, hopefully I don't get death threats.
No, and
I'll get
then
hate for sure.
And then it's just gonna be like, well, why are you? And then you're gonna be like, I'm never doing giveaways ever again, guys. I'm sorry. And then you're gonna get hate for that. And then you're like, well, what do you want me to do about it? I don't fucking.
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So,
right?
So anyway, what do you actually think? So I don't. Oh yeah, back to the whole brand thing. I don't think it's gonna impact Digital Foundry's brand at all. Actually, what does their social blade say? Because they've been doing that shill shit.
But it's hard to see a decrease after one day, right? It only just happened, right?
Usually you would see Digital Foundry. Why can't I not see it? Search for Digital Foundry. What?
Is it?
It's not coming up.
It's 2 words, right?
I don't know.
Foundry,
Digital Foundry Social Blade.
Yeah, it's 2 words. Digital Space Foundry.
I found it.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Well, I mean, it just happened. But so, I mean, even when the thing happened with Linus, he took a hit. But as a percentage of the total, it was still very, very small.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to change at all. The strange thing, here's another strange thing about how YouTube and social media works and everything. Even hate is just good publicity. You
Well,
know,
so we're talking about it, right?
yeah,
We're
like no,
talking
that's what I'm
about
saying.
Digital
So
Foundry.
when my 5090 blew up, did you see everyone share the articles?
I did.
I got so many subscribers from that, dude.
I did.
Yeah,
I saw the guy's short and everything,
there's a
and I think
short.
he
Oh, the
did a
Northwest
short,
or the Northwest
but I
Repair. Yeah,
think I think I got completely confused because there's another like Northwest dude or something. There's
Northwest
multiple.
Fix. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right. So I thought that's who you were sending it to. Then I realized it's someone different in
Yeah, yeah.
Canada that you sent it to,
No, no,
right?
no. He's in the
Anyway,
states. He's in the states.
he's in the
They
States.
both are. Yeah.
Anyway, so and I thought it was funny because they're like, hey, look, it blew a hole. And I was like, I remember you saying you drilled a hole. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think it blew a hole. I think it blew up, but you drilled a hole through
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, and then
yeah, it was weird.
you know, I'm actually gonna do a vid. That's actually gonna be my next video. I gotta do a review. I don't know how I'm gonna approach this. So, okay, actually, let me get your opinion on this. Like, the YouTube audience are so fucking body and droney that it's like, okay, so the guy that fixed my 5090, he said like 5 or 6 things that were actually like just misinformation and wrong. And I was gonna do a video reviewing his repair process, not the actual like cost of it and the repair process, but more like guys, like, so when I did a YouTube short saying like, or like my video, my 5090 blew up. Funny enough, that was my best fucking video. People love that
I
shit,
mean,
right?
because it was unique.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why, right?
No, people want to see you fail. That's why.
They do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah, I mean, I just what I mean. Like it's unique, but also it's like if you're a character and people want to see you
Yeah, 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 yeah.
actually. Like, that's why you do the thumbnails that say I was wrong, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
right?
That'll be my thumbnail for this one. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But so the YouTube comments were like, Tony from Northwest Fix said that it blew up because you soldered the other connector or because you did this. And then I'm like, that's wrong because the card was idling and the second connector wasn't plugged in and there was an NVIDIA bug where the fans weren't turning on, which is what happened. The fans didn't turn on and the car overheated itself, blowing a hole in that thing, right? And then I drilled the hole, and then he made content saying this is what happens when you mod your card, and then he kind of focused on the hole as insinuating that was what happened. But what I think he's doing is I think he says those things to prevent people from trying to mod their cards to help them, to like save them, right?
I think so too. I think he was trying to scare people into right. Yeah.
But then I have every
by the
single
way is a little weird because don't you get more work if people try to do this more? Anyway, maybe he's got plenty of work.
I think it's an ethical thing, to be fair. Like, because I say the same thing. I'm like, the first thing I say in my mod video is like, don't do this, okay? Like, don't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I watched that video of yours and I saw you say it multiple times. Don't do this. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
you're not going to win at the game more. You're not going to get gold status or whatever.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. You're not going to get out of bronze 5. Yeah. But anyway, so now I have comments saying, oh, but your 5090 blew a hole through it. So what do you know? I'm like, what the fuck? It's not even related, right? So first of all, that power plane on that second connector is connected to the primary shunts on the same power plane. And there's literally articles on Igor's lab about that second connector, about how it's connected to the same fucking power plane. So that second connector itself actually had nothing to do with the actual card blowing up. What it actually was the shunt mods faking the power draw with the NVIDIA driver bug with the no fans. And I had the control panel setting turned on to 3D mode all the time. So it was just pulling 3D. It wouldn't downclock to 2D mode, right? So anyway, that's what fucking blew it up. and the second connector wasn't even plugged in, and it was fucking idling. And
No, but so what
and
you're saying is every time you say anything now, you're going to get a response of, but you blew up your card.
no. The what I'm saying is most of the comments I get are, he has more subscribers than you, therefore he is correct.
Oh, I see.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
the social proof
Yeah,
and build credibility thing. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? How, like, I can
Well,
link.
so I use that against Hub, right? Which was that means Linus is 14 times more correct than you are.
Yeah, well, yeah, 100%. Um, so I don't know what to do, but so my audience knows better. But here's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's like, how do people not know that circuitry doesn't make a perfect whole?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's
It's like, what the fuck?
multiple aspects. The question is, so are you gonna mod it again?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that what you're gonna do? You're
100%.
gonna do
Yeah.
another video modding it again?
Well,
Because that'll probably do pretty well.
I'm gonna review his repair job first, because there was a few things he didn't do well. Like, he didn't paste the graphics card back very well, so like the temperature jumps all over the place. Like, and
Are
there's
you
like,
gonna repaste it?
yeah, no, not only that, but there's like flux all over the board, so he didn't clean it up after. But to be fair, there, like, here's the thing. His like sister got assassinated or something.
What?
Like, yeah, his sister's husband, something happened like the day before he repaired my graphics card, something tragic, right?
It's like are they Persian or something? Like they were in Iran or something?
No. Like his just mental
In
illness.
the US.
Yeah. Go watch his video. Go watch his video of
Wow.
him repairing my card. And he talks about like the assassination in my repair video. That's why it's kind of a downer video a little bit. It's sad.
I would think so.
Yeah, but then I'm like, well, can I really blame the guy for leaving a little
Not
bit of
having the
flux?
details
Yeah, I'm like,
accurate.
this is some extenuating fucking circumstances here, right? So maybe I shouldn't do the review video. And the paste job was total dog shit. Half the RGB doesn't even work. So it's like, I'm like, I'm not sure if I should be grateful that he fixed it under duress.
Yeah.
Because I've been gaming on that thing every fucking day, pulling 500 watts, and it still works. It's fucking the repair job itself was very good, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, on the one hand, his nephew killed his sister. Oh, there you go. So the chat knows. So
That's shocking.
I know, it's the shocking is a good word. Yeah. So on the one hand, the repair job was a success, so I can like water block the card now. I can mod it again. He's no responsibility for him. The overall process was very smooth, but he spread so much fucking misinformation about the card that it's like, I don't like misinformation, but then I don't want it to come across as I'm defending myself, because I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like,
So I would integrate that into the new video. I wouldn't do a separate video. And the reason being is that if you don't, that'll bring a lot of like
hate.
a versus kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it'll be a battle, like you're defending. If you do the like, hey, I'm gonna do it again, right thing, but and then actually doing it, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it again, but I just want to clear up a couple of things. This didn't happen, this didn't happen, and this didn't happen. So I just want to be clear. I appreciate the fact that under extenuating circumstances, he, like that he fixed the card and he did a good job. Some of the stuff that he said wasn't accurate. I want to clear that up, and we're gonna do it again. Right?
Yeah. It's more like I want to address the reality that what's so fascinating too. It's almost, I want to share the DMs too. So when I first contacted the guy, I showed him my video of me modding it. And the thumbnail is the fastest 5090 on the planet or whatever. Obviously, fuck, right? He replied and he was like, "Oh, I've seen Astral pull more power than this card with a BIOS flash. Therefore, it's not the fastest."
What?
Exactly. So he equated a power draw to speed. So he actually has no fucking clue how silicon works. Right? And
Or GPUs,
yeah,
right?
he doesn't know, he's very good at PCB repair, and that's what he's good at. Right?
Well, so that's
He
just, I mean, the number of people that over my life that I've met like that are very, like they're brilliant in one dimension, right?
and their arrogance
Yeah.
spreads to other dimensions.
Sure,
And
sure, absolutely,
that
right?
bothers the hell. So I didn't correct him. Obviously, I'm like, I just want you to fix my, just like like when you're getting a divorce and you're like, sure, honey,
Okay,
just whatever you want. Yeah,
yeah,
just fix my shit. You know what I'm saying? So there were like 20 things he said that were like arrogant incompetence,
yeah.
and I just didn't correct him
But
because I
it
just
wasn't
wanted.
the time or place, right?
Yeah. I'm
That's the
just like,
thing.
I
Yeah,
just fix my card, bro. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking care. But like now that I have my card and it's fixed, man, I want to like tell people, I'm like, guys, you have to stop equating
yeah,
subscriber counts to knowledge. Here are
yeah,
all the things he said. Here are all the fucking things. I already shared my Discord. Here are all the things that were wrong. Here is why he clickbaits. Here's, you can't you can't blow a hole that's perfectly circular in a circuit board with no burn marks mysteriously, right? Like there's so many fucking things, man. I'm just like it but then his fucking sister got killed. So I'm like, well,
yeah,
shit. So I'm like, I don't know
yeah,
what to do now. So now I'm like, this is fucking, I don't know, man. I hate when people come on my fucking channel and say I'm wrong because another tech tuber said so, when the other tech or the other influencer has no fucking clue what they're talking about, dude. It drives me insane, brother. Oh
I
my
mean, but
god.
that that happens a lot. Like
All
I
the
get I
time,
get
dude.
that a lot. I get the hey, or I is like, well, like even worse. It's not like, hey, this tech tuber said this. It's I saw on Reddit. As soon as I
Oh
see the
my
words I
god.
saw on Reddit, it's like I what did you see on Reddit? And I'm like, dude, give me a minute. I'm just gonna go post on Reddit that the world is square. All right. And then I can be like, I saw on Reddit that the world is square. I'm like, dude, it's not. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I
What
think the
do you
thing
actually
is
make that
though.
video? I have to, dude. The misinformation fucking kills me, dude. I
I
can't do
listen,
it.
I can see that it's irritating
It's
losing.
fucking killing me, dude. Misinformation is like one of my biggest fucking, dude. I
Yeah.
permanently ban people out of my fucking community if they try to spread misinformation. I can't stand it, dude. It's like
Yeah.
I
I usually give people a chance because I think that they're I always try and take the approach that they don't know. And so I usually give them a chance. And then when you point it out, if they continue, that's when it bothers me, right? It's like, hey, like I already showed you the data. You're not bringing any data to the table. You're literally just stating an opinion as fact. That bothers me, right? So, but
I'm
yeah,
gonna make the video.
it's
Fuck it.
I know you are.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna burn that bridge. I just gotta make sure my graphics card doesn't die again, right? I'm just gonna burn that fucking bridge. I can't do it, man. I can't
Hey,
do it.
listen, you got the other guy that you can send it to now too, right?
I don't think no. You gotta be a real specialist to do what this guy did. Like so
Really?
I ordered. You know how you can go on
You ordered a
eBay
different PCB,
from
right?
eBay, yeah, for 120
Yeah.
bucks,
Which,
and
by the way, I'm shocked that actually worked and
I
it wasn't a
know.
piece of junk. Yeah.
No, because they just do it on mass. They just like they
Mm,
put the board on this hot plate, pull the GPU, pull the VRAM, throw it in a fucking box, right? There's not really a technical reason why the rest of the board wouldn't still work. So when I emailed the guy from eBay to buy the other board, which he also referred me to that guy on eBay, he's like, yeah, tell him to send you one of the good ones.
yeah,
So this guy's done this
interesting.
before, yeah. So I emailed the guy from eBay. I'm like, yeah, send me one of the ones and ship it to Northwest Repair. And he's like, oh yeah, Northwest Repair, I got you. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So they have like a whole fucking process down on how to do that shit, right? So if you ever blow up a fucking,
Cool.
yeah. So if you ever like blow up your lightning or whatever, you can literally just
Yeah.
take the die and VRAM and put it on a fucking tough or something like that. It doesn't matter,
Yeah,
right?
unless you use the XOC BIOS and crack the
That's
GPU
different.
like
Yeah,
those
that's
guys
different. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
did.
That's so
Well,
so
you
so
could probably still
stupid.
use the board, but where are you
No,
going to get
yeah,
the
yeah.
GPU from,
Oh yeah, you could
right?
you could also put the GPU on that board. Yeah, you could do that too, I suppose, right? You'd have to send him the board.
Well, technically,
The die
so
isn't different.
Here's the thing. Technically, the GPU you should be able to take out of any 5090
Yep,
GPU,
you can. Yeah.
right?
Well,
So that's not an issue.
theoretically, yeah, that's not an issue exactly.
Yeah.
So this guy
I mean,
can do it.
you could get a crappy silicon
Yeah,
quality
yeah, yeah.
GPU. I get it, but you know, that's interesting.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that fucking drives me. That drives me fucking
So,
crazy.
so coming full circle about DLSS 5.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
I just, and the reason I didn't make a video on it is that, like, I said everything I wanted to say just in comments on X. Like, if you show anyone, like I showed my wife, and I just said, hey, I'm just curious, what do you, and I showed her the different images, and I said side by side, which one do you think is better? I mean,
Why do you think gamers hate it so much?
So
Just in the first place, like what's
listen,
the problem here?
I saw a lot of, well, I think there's influence. Number one is influence from people that they respect, right?
Yeah.
So that's number one, right? But and then, you know, once a group of thugs start ganging up on people just join in, right? So I think that explains social media in general, right? It becomes popular to hate, right? And you know, once you're rage baited by things. But anyway, so standing back, I don't know on the visuals because it's very clear to me, right? Like, and I'm not saying everyone has to have the same view of the world, but it's very clear to me which one's superior. I do understand an argument around how AI could impact developers, but I think AI is going to impact virtually every job on the planet.
Yeah.
So the thing I don't get is the whole, well, this goes against the artistic intent. And then I was like, you know what? Okay. Let's go back to the days of when I used to play Atari when I was a kid and I was playing Pitfall or River Raid. Do you think that the developer's intent was to show blocks jumping over crocodiles or to show blocks, you know, going down the river, shooting like little blocks? No, they wanted to make it as lifelike as possible. So I understand in cartoons and things, games with a different genre, that making it more lifelike doesn't make sense. That I get, like Pac-Man, for example.
Zelda,
but you know, like I get that. But if you're making a game that, like a Call of Duty, right, ignoring the professional side of it, but just you're trying to make a lifelike game, this objectively looks better. I don't know what the argument is. Like, how that would even lead to death threats is beyond me. But it's like, you can have an opinion that it doesn't look better. I got it. I don't care. Like, it's your opinion. Don't use it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But I mean, to like come out and actually just look. And I had people on X say, oh, well, normies would look at it and think it looks better. And I'm like, do you really think you're superior somehow? Like, normies would look at it and think it looks better. Yeah, because normies have eyes and aren't biased when they're looking at something. Like,
dude, I don't understand. You can turn it off. I don't get it. Like even the artistic direction part of it, turn it off. Like,
well, how about this? It gets worse, right? Don't buy an NVIDIA graphics card if you hate it so much. Guess what? They have 95% of market share. So you're full of crap anyway. Because you're going to walk out and get the best graphics. So this is the thing. Everyone is full of advice not to get an NVIDIA graphics card until they have $1,000 to spend on a graphics card and they want the best that money can buy, and they buy a 5080 for that price. Well, maybe when it was $1,000, right? But it's like, then don't give them your money. Like, don't do that. And it's like, that's the irony of all of this. I bet you 90% or 95% of the people commenting about DLSS 5 are running NVIDIA graphics cards, right? It's
Hang
insane.
on, we actually have a donation. One sec.
Do you
Where
want to
is this
do?
one?
Oh, we didn't do the 30-minute break. It's
I
been an
know, I
hour and a half.
forgot. Yeah, so we
You want to
got
do it now?
we have Huntamos with a prime. Thanks so much. By the way, guys, any donations and subs, Matt gets half for this podcast. And then we have Duramax with 2 US. Super happy to see Blackbird and Jufus. Do you think LFG is let's fucking go or looking for group?
I think it's let's fucking go. I
No,
mean,
dude. Every time I see it, I see because World of Warcraft, it was always looking for group, and Diablo
ah,
2. Like, so now every time I see LFG is always looking for group, right? For the longest time, dude. It's like 2 months ago, I was like looking for game. Or is that what it was? Interesting. Oh yeah, that would have been Diablo 2, wouldn't it? And then we have BG B Gerber 1.
yeah, it's Brian from my school. He's awesome.
Oh, cool. B Gerber. We have with $5. Always excited to see Matt from BB PC Tech on the podcast. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for the 5, man. I appreciate that. And then we
Thanks,
also
Brian.
have Roadkiller with a tier 1 over on Kick. Thanks so much, guys. But anyway,
Hey, by the way, just a funny thing. My dad is a while back, right?
yeah,
My dad was a like super nice guy, right?
yeah.
Like he was one of the guys. Like when we did his funeral, right? It was like standing room only. He just impacted a lot of people's lives in a positive way, and he always had a very positive outlook on life. But it was a funny thing, right? He thought that LOL meant lots of love. And so
That's cool.
he would respond and just because he's like one of those guys that always looks for the positive in people and the world, right? And I
Godspeed.
appreciated
Yeah,
that, right?
Godspeed. Yeah.
I don't do that as much as he
Yeah, yeah,
used to,
yeah.
right? So, but this it explains why he thought that. So he would respond, and I'm like, he thinks that's funny. Like I didn't mean it to be funny. Anyway,
That's
eventually we
awesome.
let it
I
go,
might start doing
right?
that. I might start doing that. That's fucking hilarious. That's actually so good. I actually have a question for it, like a deeper question. We'll save it for the end though. But yeah, back to DLSS 5. So so if you can just turn it off though, do you think that I still don't see a problem with it. Oh, Roger, there you go. Roger, thanks so much for $20, man. I really appreciate it. He didn't send a message though.
Roger DeGelder donated $20.
Roger's been in my community for God no. I haven't seen you for a while, Roger. Where you been, man? Come chat on Saturday on my stream. But thank you so much for the 20, man. I'll send Matt half. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, if you can just turn it off though. Are people thinking? I mean, if you want to chat now, let us know why you guys aren't stoked about DLSS 5, and we can chat about it. But do you think that they're gonna like people think that developers are gonna like you can make a game faster by using like 8-bit pixels and then using DLSS. So or it's like maybe they come out with games that are like non-gendered character models that are like polygon PlayStation 1, and then they're gonna be like, oh, just use whatever skin you want with DLSS 5. Do you think that's what is gonna happen? I could see that maybe happening a little bit.
I was thinking about it.
Because
I was
what
like,
else would there be? What else would there be to be upset about this?
so this is the only angle I can think of where I could see it being an issue. And imagine that AMD and Nvidia had 50-50 market share. And Nvidia came out with DLSS 5.
Uh-huh.
And all the developers decided to integrate DLSS 5, and that helped form a monopoly for NVIDIA. So basically locking out competitors.
Fair, yeah.
So I could see that being a problem, but NVIDIA already has 95%. Like, is there really much scope to increase it more? So if it's a if it's a monopolistic play, I could see being concerned. I mean, the best thing Nvidia could do is just be like, you know, if you really like, if a government was to come in and break up Nvidia and say you have to make DLSS 5 open source, then my question would be, I don't see any issue as to why AMD and Intel on the GPU side wouldn't embrace it. And what, you
Well,
know,
you know what I think it is. I think it's a pre-seed to the 6000 series.
oh,
So
meaning you need a 6,000
yes,
power.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it is
because
too. I think
they
it's very
can't,
smart.
they cannot. No, it's not. Will it be good for competitive gaming? I don't know. It depends on latency. The cheating aspect of it is going to be out of fucking control. Like competitive games need to never allow that shit, right? But that's more of a game thing though. But it's more like because you know how they had to use two 5090s to run that shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
And
I
it's not optimized yet either.
no,
Like,
fair
let's
enough,
be
fair
honest,
enough.
right?
If you want to run those models locally, God knows how much RAM you would even fucking need on that shit too, right? So like who fucking knows what the requirements are? But what I think they're doing is the 5090 has like what 172 SMs or something like that. Like it's a fucking monstrosity, dude. Like
180, right?
like something like that, yeah. Like the 5090 has more fucking cores than like the Ampere the A100 does. Like the data center fucking like we have a gaming graphics card that is faster than what most data centers are using right now. Right? Like
Yeah.
that's how fucking fast this thing is. And like people don't have a concept of how fast a 5090 is, right? But and the 6090 comes out. Let's say they even go one node down again. Let's say you can get like 200 SMs, maybe 210 or something. Let's just say what even is that? Let's say 200 divided by 180. 200 divided
Yeah,
by
you were right. SM count was 170.
Oh,
right?
170. Okay, yeah, 10%. So let's say they can't. They like if you have a graphics like an 80 class graphics card with 80 going to 100, that's like 25%, right? That's a big jump. Going from 170 to 190, that's still like 20 SM larger, but the percentage is much less. And also the power draw. So it's like where Nvidia has nowhere to go when it comes to rasterization performance anymore. Like there's nowhere to go, dude. So it's like the 5090 is going to be the last fastest graphics card for rasterization. Maybe you might get 5-10% out of the 6090 or some crazy shit like that, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to create specialized cores again, like with Blackwell we got the frame gen core, the frame gen ability, right?
And then with RTX like 20 series or whatever it was, we got the RT cores, right?
Yeah. So the 6000 series. Oh, we just got a super chat for $20. It was a big one, so we got
Thank you.
Orlando Rodriguez.
Yeah,
I would love to see more collabs like this more often. Yeah, I know, dude. It's I would usually have more collabs, man. I tell Matt to come on regularly. Let's just fucking co-host this thing. But it's literally just been because my cat is like
yeah,
dude,
like usually you and I chat every so often. We haven't chatted for what, 2 months, 3 months, something
dude.
like that.
Like,
right?
man, you have no idea how many caffeine pills I took just to make it through this. Like, it's dude. It's so brutal. But thank you for the $20. Thank you for the $20, Rodriguez. Yeah, thumbs up that shit, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But oh yeah. So the 6000.
By the way, I agree with you on where you're headed here, and but I want people to understand it's not a bad thing. You know, when Jufa says that, hey, we're kind of getting to the pinnacle of a technology, it's a technology that is going to transition. And if you look back in time, Have you ever heard of the S curve transition, where it's
Yes,
like
yeah, yeah.
a technology is an S curve and then it jumps to another S curve? So when you talk about rasterization coming to its end, that is inevitable,
Yeah.
and you're just coming to the end of the S curve, and then you're going to leap to another S curve. The problem for me is when competitors don't keep up. Like, that's an issue. And so that's why AMD had to make the leap with RDNA 4 to have RT cores and things like that. They needed to keep up. And the only way you're going to get there, because rasterization is coming to an end, right? The only way you're going to get there is to, you can fight it, but you got to copy what NVIDIA is doing here because they're leading. And
Now,
so,
to be fair, there is a gaping hole there that can be filled, where if one of these GPU manufacturers found a way to do rasterization far more efficiently and faster, they would take a large market share out of that, because a lot of people do not want dude. If I had a 5090 and let's say AMD had a 9090 XT or some shit like that, whatever the hell, 9900 XT, 32 gigs of VRAM. Let's say they both had 170 cores, but the AMD one somehow was like 30 or 40% faster. So the NVIDIA one would still be faster with DLSS, but the AMD one would be faster without DLSS. I would fucking rock that one. Personally speaking, I would rock that one. I don't want to use this fucking AI shit personally, right? But so there's that. Also, on no planet should rasterization be coming to an end, though, because game developers are dog shit. What's up, Brad? Another big super chat. Jesus. Let me just finish that thought, though. Because game developers don't fucking optimize shit. So we'll talk about that for the next because there was a guy that just said in chat, like, the whole blank canvas thing. I can see that happening, right? Brad with
I want to hear about that, but I want to go back to rasterization
hang on,
for a minute.
Brad with 50 Canadian. Jufus and Matt are the goats. DLSS 5 looks amazing. Can't stand all the complainers and negativity these days. Keep up the good work, boys. Thanks for the help on Discord, Jufus. I got you, man. Thank you so much for the 50 gifted, dude. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, what Brad just said, it looks amazing. So what I can see happening, which I actually don't like. So what I was saying before, where it's like, let's say so there's a cool aspect and a negative aspect. So you know how, like, in Minecraft you can, like, create your own worlds, right?
Yeah.
Or like any kind of these, like, block, like, what's that other one that kids all fucking play? Roblox, yeah. These block games, right? Now you could have a 12-year-old kid map their own game inside of these games. The textures are dog shit. And then you can go in there and you can be like, I want this game to look like Breath of the Wild. I mean, Nintendo would fuck you in the ass if you did that. But, like, do you know what I'm saying? Or I want this game to have the same artistic style as The Witcher. And then, like, bam, you have a... And then maybe the kid developing the Minecraft world would be able to set the parameters of the visuals based on what the AI is. Anyway, that's actually a fucking cool component of it. The problem...
You're saying that it would help independent, like, even
indies.
Not just kids, but indies. It would actually help indies compete more, right?
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But on the flip side of it, Red Dead Redemption 3, GTA 6 will be like the last original game we ever get. Because going forward,
because the boundaries to entry or the boundaries to replicate it are actually a lot lower.
Well, no,
right?
it's a cost saving thing. So you have EA, they're going to come out with FIFA 2027, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, just import all the models from 20 was to do anyway, but import all the models from 2026 and just like add some shadows. Bam, DLSS 5. And then it's like, oh, if you want to run this game, you have to have a 5000 series card or up. And then now
that's the monopolistic side of things.
Yes,
right?
that's going to happen 100%.
Like.
So AAA AAA studios are going to use DLSS 5 as a cost-cutting measure but indie developers are going to be able to create some magical ass shit with that, I think, which is good for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The thing about rasterization I want to go back to. So, you know, for those of you that don't know, rasterization is basically using polygons to represent 3D graphics. So you're getting smaller and smaller and smaller and more polygons to represent better and better images. So think of an infinitely small polygon. If you put an infinite number of them together, you can make an amazing 3D image. So you're correct in saying that because it's infinite, you could keep going on forever and ever and ever. The problem is the time required for developers, modelers, and other things to assemble all those pieces and make it, and then you gotta render it, and the rendering time and everything. You get to a point where it's just not practical. So I do think it's coming to a practical end, right?
Agreed.
But, yeah, I think. I love technology too, but this is the problem with technology, and I've seen this throughout my career. People don't like technology, and I'll give you multiple examples. When things first come out, people typically don't like it. When airplanes are much safer if you don't have windows. They're pressurized cylinders. And you're cutting holes in a pressurized cylinder and flying it at 30,000 feet. Guess what? That's a stress raiser. If you look at mail carriers like FedEx and that, look at their airplanes. They do not have windows. It is safer, but people won't fly in an airplane. But you think about the logic. Can you do anything by looking out a window? I know it makes you feel better.
People would freak the fuck out, dude. They would freak out. Yeah, just put a little LCD screen or something.
Yeah, I mean, but and it's the same with lots of technologies. When they're first introduced, people hate them in general because people don't like change. That's just humans don't like change, right? In general. And so I understand the pushback in like, oh, how is this going to change like, what I loved, right? But I just don't understand when you look at the images, which one's better. I don't know how you can say that the DLSS 5 image of the ones they showed looks worse somehow. I just don't get it. I can understand all the other potential issues around it, but I just don't get that. I really don't.
When it comes to rasterization, though, I don't know exactly what happened because I'm playing a game, Expedition 33.
Yeah,
Claire, yeah. So I'm playing that right now.
Claire Obsidian Expedition 33. It got like Game of the Year or something, right?
It's so much better than I thought it was. Yeah, dude. It's scratching an itch I didn't know I had. But games like that are not going to exist soon, basically. Like
because it's all story, right?
It's basically like that's somebody's brain that did that. Like AI is not going to be able to do that shit, right? If you go to like the original like Super Nintendo games and stuff, that's all somebody's, like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. That's all a human imagining these, Mass Effect, that kind of shit, right? But what I wanted to say was, when I look at the graphics of this game though, and it's like pulling 500 watts out of my 5090. And then I go and I go and I play like Crysis 3 from like fucking 15 years ago. The graphics are the same. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like why
I'm just looking at some graphics of it. Right?
Yeah, why is this game pulling 500 watts from my 5090 and it doesn't look any better than like Helldivers 2 or like it doesn't look any better than Crysis 3. It doesn't look any better than Battlefield 4. It doesn't like we're, for some reason, it's like we've hit the peak of graphics was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And then after that, it's just been more power draw for the same visuals.
It's funny
I don't
though,
know why
right?
though.
Like,
Why the fuck? What are we
think
doing?
about this, right? The closer and closer and close, it has to be an asymptote. The closer and closer we get to real life, like at some
It
point,
doesn't look any
it's
better.
but at some point it's going to look better than real life,
Oh, dude,
right?
that's totally a thing. That's totally a thing. You're
Right? And it's like, I mean, this all gets to the very, very big thing that we're living in the Matrix, right?
do you
And
remember getting your first 4K OLED TV and like you're watching like a documentary and it like it pans over like a
yeah,
drone and yeah.
what was the famous Planet Earth? Do you remember watching
Oh
Planet Earth?
yeah, holy shit, that was
And it was like,
incredible.
oh my
Yeah,
God, because it was
dude.
one of the first ones that was 4K,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
and you can download the Cineform version of it. Oh,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
anyway.
it was pretty amazing, and you know, having grown up watching, I mean, I watched CRT TVs when I was a kid, right? Having grown up
But
watching it,
but
it
the
was amazing,
Yeah,
right?
it when you're watching it on TV, it looks more real than real life.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like
no,
like like that
absolutely,
that's what I'm saying. It makes no fucking sense how like it picks up like the hair on the leaf and shit. Like my eyes can't
yeah,
see that shit, but
yeah,
somehow the TV is showing it to me that way. Anyway,
yeah.
anyway. So what was I saying about the rasterization? Oh yeah, so the rasterization makes no fucking sense. Technically speaking, if AMD and Intel can catch up to like the 4090 even, they catch up to that level, and then they can just like chill with the fucking graphics cards and help developers develop again properly. And
Yeah.
I don't I like what do you think happened there? Like why are graphics card requirements going up but visuals are not going up? Makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, and not just that, you know, with the use of upscaling, you're offloading some of the work to the CPU anyway, right?
Yes.
Um, I think it's, I think one
Like
of
where's
the
the
big
horsepower
issues,
going?
well, I think one of the big issues is, I think, and this may change actually, given the current climate, but because of how cheap storage has been and how cheap, I'm talking about before this year,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you look at storage, how cheap it was to get like an 8 terabyte M.2 SSD
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things, they were all coming down. At RAM, and you look at the increase in all of those things over the last 10 years, I do think part of it is developers saying, well, it's available, so I'm going to use it. Instead of, should I spend an extra 2 weeks optimizing to compress it and get it to this? And then it's just like, well, everyone has it, so I'm just going to
Well,
be kind of more lazy. I think that I think developers will use what's available, and that will, maybe that allowed them to focus on something else because everyone has a budget, and they focus on something else instead of doing what they had to do, you know, and that's maybe why things look like they've stalled a little bit. I could see that happening the way that game studios are run in general, right? I could see that
I'm not
happening.
sure because if you go to the Steam hardware survey, it's like
Oh,
the
the top
four.
one is still, what is it, like the 3060 or
No,
something
yeah, it was the
still?
3060, the
Then
5070
they
now,
moved
I
to
think.
5070,
Yeah,
right?
but
Yeah.
like if you're a game developer, I guess yeah, the 3060 had 12 gigs of VRAM, didn't it? And maybe you're
Yeah,
onto
but you
something
look
there.
at the rest of your system as well, right? I mean, you look at
Right, but
CPUs
there's no
and
way they would be like we're gonna like a 3060 system maybe has like 8 or 16 gigs of RAM or something like that. Like I don't think it has to be. I don't know, man. I'm not like something
but I
doesn't
mean, definitely on storage. I mean, look at how much
storage. Oh,
storage
fair
is
enough.
being
Yeah,
used by games,
it's just
right?
something doesn't
You
make
know?
sense about what like why has rasterization stalled? It just that's the part that doesn't make sense.
So, just kind of to do with this, but there was a technology that Nvidia showed and AMD was working on too, where I forget, neural rendering compression. Do you remember seeing that?
Oh
And
yeah.
basically, what they were, I haven't heard anything from them for a while, but the whole idea was that and you looked at some of their early
Texture
videos,
stream compression.
it wasn't texture stream, it was neural rendering compression.
Okay, no, I don't
And it
know.
was so basically look up I think it was called neural rendering compression. Let me just look it up. But basically what was happening is they could reduce the size of the basically the graphics, such that instead of using 10 gig, it was using 1 gig without any loss of quality.
Oh yeah,
It
that's the
was
same thing. Yeah,
amazing.
that's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
NVIDIA
think they're still
RTX
working on that.
neural rendering, right?
Didn't they
I
just
did
talk about
ask
that?
them. No, I asked them at CES before, the Nvidia session just before
Yeah.
CES.
Yeah.
I asked a question on it, and they said they are still working on it. They've just introduced the API so that the game developers can use it. But that would significantly reduce it's like a lossless technology. It would significantly reduce the VRAM requirements, which is interesting.
That would have nothing to do with the actual
It wouldn't have
rasterization
anything to do with
bottleneck though. Yeah.
rasterization. I just, as you were talking
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
I remembered it. But I haven't heard anything from them recently on this. Although, yeah, the one I looked up was January 6th, 2025. But AMD was working on it too. The thing
So
I'd like to see, it would be nice if AMD and Intel got together on GPUs and actually made a combined GPU, right? I don't know.
AMD needs
It
to get their shit together. That's what they need to do, honestly.
Yeah, so and AMD can't complain that they don't have money anymore because they have a lot of money and they're making a lot of money on CPUs. I mean,
You
they
know,
have the resources to do stuff,
you know
right?
what the other alternate theory is? Kind of like the last thing. Um, this is like my theory, even though I know it's not true, but Nvidia is doing this on purpose to sell double the graphics cards again to like replace SLI. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like because it's I don't think it's a conspiracy, but I think it's just a byproduct of what's happening. But anything like 70 class and below, the cost of entry into PC gaming is gonna just get too expensive. Like those people are going to be on GeForce Now and Xbox Game Pass. Like they're going to be paying their monthly fee and they're going to be streaming their
Steam
games.
machine, right?
Yeah. Does that ever actually? What's the?
I mean, it makes sense. They said I don't think they want to launch until they have a sufficient supply of like
Fair enough.
RAM
Yeah,
and
I don't
other
even know what
things.
that thing's going to be such shit. But anyway, so those the low, not low level, the brokies are going to be renting their computing horsepower going forward, right? So with that, because rich people don't really have a limit of what they're going to spend, right? So in fact, there is a subsection of people that miss flexing dual graphics cards on Reddit and shit too, right? So like if you and think about the back to the esports thing. So if you have two players, one guy is running two 5090s, one guy is running one, and this guy has a significant competitive advantage by making the character model a pink clown or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like now all of a sudden, if you don't have two 5090s, you can't compete in the fucking game anymore, right? So it's like
Imagine making the character model a tree.
but you wouldn't be able to make your model show on their screen though.
I got
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you
That,
would.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you would make your model, or you would make their model like this neon yellow fucking thing that sticks out of the. You know what I'm saying? And then so anyway, because the physics was kind of the same thing, right? Remember back in the physics days, like I need a second graph, and it would there would be such a.
Do you remember they had dedicated physics cards?
Yeah,
back in the day?
and so there's a subsection of hardware enthusiasts that like need. They need. Remember when like the 5000 series was like we don't support physics 32-bit, right? And then now all of a sudden you saw all these threads on Reddit about people whipping out their old graphics cards and like, I have a physics card, right? You know damn well they are never gonna play any of those fucking games, but they have a level of cope in order to mental gymnastics themselves into believing they need a physics card, right? So when DLSS 5 comes out, now you just opened a whole new market of cope of repeat 5090 buyers, man. I think that's going to be such a fucking thing. Oh my. Anyway, the last question I have for you, though, back to that deep one. Do you see yourself doing this forever with all the online negativity?
That's a good question. I feel like it goes through waves too. There's this weird
It's getting
thing.
so bad, dude.
Well, but I think there's this weird thing that if I always find it on YouTube that if I get like a negative comment, I'll get like 5 negative comments in a row, and it's weird. But
I'm not even talking about you personally. I'm more just mean like
no, I know.
Yeah.
Just in general,
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, I mean, I did this because number one, I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this because clearly you don't make it. You can make a living, but it's like I could have made more money if I'd stayed in industry and did what I was doing, right? So it's not about that. I did this because I like it, and I think the question is valid, which is if you get to the point where you don't like it because people are just a-holes. I mean, I think that this whole DLSS 5 thing where people are getting death threats and that's not appealing to me at all. And so, but I also look at how is the world going to change with AI, and ironically, I think that having a channel and having the ability to engage people on a human level is actually an advantage moving forward, because I think a lot of the traditional jobs, like I was an engineer, I think a lot of those jobs will go away because AI can do it better, right?
Right, but you're going to be interacting with people that are fucking miserable, though. It's already happening.
You're also going to be interacting with people you don't even know if they're people or they're just AI.
Well, yeah, no,
things,
fair enough.
right?
But like like if the majority of people are already fucking miserable on the internet,
and are complaining
yeah, thankfully I think private communities are going to be the way going forward.
I think so
you
too,
just turn on off YouTube comments, you make the fucking video, and then you're just like, if you ever want to talk to me, you have to go through a paywall of some sort.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I'm really glad I started my school community, because it, like, you go there and people are like happy and they're like asking good questions, and they're like, I mean, they're great people, and I like that's the community I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I'll go there for a pick me up sometimes.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%.
And it's like and so I think you are right there. I do think that when you control the entry, you kind of automatically cut off a lot of the BS.
Of course.
So it makes sense.
Somebody's not going to pay you $10 a month just to be a piece of shit. Although you'd be surprised. Holy, like, Jesus Christ, man. It seems like $20 is the new minimum, but it's like, man, it's like, for me personally, the parts that's really crushing my soul is like the IQ of humanity. Like I didn't really like we were talking about programmable bots earlier, where it's like if there's like 20,000 people out there that are literally like, that hole was created not by a drill bit but by blowing a hole through it, and or like this guy is correct because he has more subscribers, or like just like the sheer fucking stupidity of like the general viewer is so disheartening, man, because I'm like, it feels like you can't actually help them how dumb they are, but because you're like, I don't know how to help you, man. Like you're like, I guess I'll just make another AMD thumbnail video again. Like I just don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking brutal. Like I'm not sure if I could do this forever, because it's like, as AI takes over more jobs and people will just get more and more TikTok AI slop feeds, people's brains are going to degrade over time even more. And then it's like, I don't know, man.
Well, so
I don't know. It's going to be a rough future, that's for sure. Just like morally speaking.
Yeah. Well, so it's interesting. I do think that the future with AI people, when you ask someone, hey, tell me a bit about yourself, and the first thing most people do is talk about their job,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And that their job is their identity and it
Yep.
defines them. And so the problem with AI taking over a lot of jobs is that they lose their identity.
Yep.
And so there's a really good book, and if anyone wants to kind of have a read of this, I highly recommend it. It's called Life 3.0 by Max Tegmark, I think. Don't quote me exactly on it. It's going to be close, but you can look it up on Amazon or something. Um, and he does this really interesting intro about the future with AI, but he talks about different possibilities of what humanity could look like, and that we would become a leisure-based society. And so you would stop being you'd stop having an identity around what work you did, and actually focus on leisure.
It's not gonna
So
happen.
right,
That's not gonna happen.
and that could create a world of a lot more abundance, because AI is way more efficient at creating the abundance. And there's a huge, like, Elon Musk and others have been talking about this for a while, but there's this huge kind of thing sitting over the US, which is, don't worry about the debt, because it's all going to be basically changed significantly with AI, and abundance is going to be the new norm. And so there's a whole bunch of things. Now
I think that's
you know,
I don't, yeah, that's yeah, I think that's not a scam. That's like a conspiracy thing. Like, I don't think that's fucked.
there could be, but my only point is to say that there's a whole bunch of futures where people are depressed, and there's a whole bunch of futures where things could get better. I'm hopeful that things will get better.
No, we already have
I'm, you know,
the COVID experiment already happened though.
yeah,
If
what do
you
you mean?
give the entire population free money and no jobs, you already know what they do. They riot and they fucking steal and they kill each other and they burn buildings down and shit.
Well,
They
they
already know.
actually buy a lot of online courses too.
That's true.
Just
Fair
one
enough.
thing,
Wink,
right?
wink. I know, but leisure is not the human default. Having a purpose is.
Yeah, no, but you could still have a purpose. So it's a very fascinating read. I haven't read it for a while. I need to go back and read it. And it wasn't like, hey, you would just sit on your ass and play board games all day. It was, your purpose is redefined, right? Your purpose, for example, your purpose is to be extremely, like, healthy and fit, and like
That's
and
not
anyway,
gonna
it was a
fucking
very,
happen. There's not
yeah,
a fucking
it
chance.
was it was
No
pretty
way.
interesting, right?
No way, dude. The purpose might be like, if people have the ability to have children, that could be one. Otherwise, the purpose is gonna be to follow influencers or some kind of ideology. It's gonna be
So,
it's
so,
gonna be the
so
fucking apocalypse, dude.
So one thing of that, right, was these, like, it was, imagine this as islands, probably not a good term to use, but like pockets of humanity that
Yes.
come together with a common interest.
Yes, yes.
So there's like a fitness pocket, and there's
They're gonna
maybe, I don't
kill
know
each
if this
other
would be good
though.
or not, but like a technology pocket,
Yeah.
and there's, right, so like camps or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, it's interesting. So the question of whether I'm going to do this forever, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I've
Play it
so
by
now I've
ear.
been doing it for 2 years, and I've learned a lot. I still enjoy it, which is a good thing. I still like interacting with like positive people, and that kind of thing. Now that I'm building my community, that community I really love interacting with, so I actually enjoy going there every day. So
Have you had to
I
ban
think
anyone
that's
yet?
part of it. Sorry.
Have you had to ban anybody yet?
Um, well, yeah, so school is a little different. We've talked about this, right? It's funny, I can only ban someone in school before they leave. And so there's someone I wanted out that left, and I went to ban them, but I can't ban them after they left. They would have to rejoin and then have me ban them.
Oh,
So
whatever.
it's
But like,
yeah,
have you had
yeah.
any people where you're like, I don't like you or you don't fit into here, and you
I've
had?
certainly, I know I've had an individual that did not fit. It's like, they can be very toxic, and they can be like a virus for the community. And
Oh
I've
yeah.
talked to them, so, and that's also in jobs and teams and other things. It's actually what becomes really difficult is when someone is toxic but really valuable. So I remember I had
You
someone on
have to
my
fucking
team,
get rid of them anyway.
and the problem was they were amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone that worked for them wanted to kill themselves, right? And it was like, I got to get rid of you, and
Gary
it's
V says
really
that.
hard. Sorry.
Gary V, you know Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary V?
Yep. Yeah, I know who he
I
is.
saw a short the other day. He's like, if you are a bad person, I will fire you. I don't care how much money you make me.
Yep.
And I'm like,
That's smart.
yes. I'm like, yeah. It's
Yep.
like there are people that have given me thousands of dollars. And if they end up turning into, I don't know what their home life is, but if they end up turning into a piece of shit, I have to get rid of you for the sanctity.
The good of the community,
Yeah,
right?
for the good of the community.
Yeah, no, it makes
Dude,
sense.
it's like you're just, man, have you gotten to the point where you're like, maybe like, have you ever, maybe you'll get to this point, but when you get to this point, it'll be like, I don't know why I'm doing this for $20. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I've certainly done that.
like,
You certainly have expectations of people come in and they're like, "Hey, I want to do a one-on-one with you,"
oh
and I don't
yeah,
I don't
dude.
offer that service in general,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just because you can never ask for enough money to make it worth your time, and then if you do ask for enough money, they're like, "Why is it so expensive?"
Yeah,
Right?
they
So
make you the
I just
villain.
can't.
Yep. Yep.
I don't offer it, right?
Yep.
But in the people that have insisted and pushed, I've said to them, listen, it's going to be expensive. And they're like, oh, no, it's not a problem. And I'm like, okay, it's this. And they're like, oh, that's too expensive. And I'm like, yeah, what did you think it
Yeah,
was going
yeah,
to be?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not.
And
So
now
there's
you're a
certainly,
greedy fuck that
you know,
doesn't care about his community. Yeah. Yep.
yeah. And
Yep.
it's like,
Say yep.
but here's the thing, I help technically in chat and everything
I
all
feel
the
so
time,
validated right
right?
now. I feel so validated. And then I was talking to Danny Z. I'm like, are you ever gonna do a community of some sort? He's like, fuck that shit. He's like, fuck that. I'm like, you're a smart man. You're a smart. It's so much work managing
It is a lot of work,
humans,
for
dude.
sure.
Managing humans is
It is a lot
so,
of work, and obviously
and not
as it
everybody's gonna
scales,
get
it gets
along. Yeah.
more.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware that like by the time you get to probably like 75 or like 100,000 subscribers, it's probably not viable to have a community anymore, or you have to make it such a high price for entry that it's only like,
That's the
yeah,
thing. So I've already signaled that in
yeah,
that I'm saying my prices from entry into my community will never go down.
you
They're only
can't.
ever going to go up
Yeah,
because as I get more and more people, I need to use up more and more of my time, and I literally can't handle. And of course you can bring in other people to help and other
it's
things,
not the
but
same. Yeah,
there's a certain point where it's like, okay, your community has to become more exclusive
yep,
because you literally can only serve the community properly if it's below a certain number. I
exactly.
mean,
Yeah,
that's the
bingo,
reality,
bingo.
right?
I wish more people understood that, man. It's like, what's the cost of entry for yours now? What's the minimum?
So I think I started at like 19 and I'm up to 27, I think.
27
Like,
bucks? Oh, so no,
yeah,
you have a very high quality of fucking person in there.
I
Ah,
do. Oh, for
interesting. Okay.
sure. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're 30.
Yeah,
What am I doing with
yeah.
these $10 bros, man? Dude,
So
I
here's the
literally, dude,
thing.
I
On
spent, oh my
YouTube,
God, fuck
well, so
me.
on YouTube, I only have two tiers, right? On
Yeah.
on school. On YouTube, I have like a very low, like 2.99 or
Yeah,
something,
but they don't get
right?
access to you though.
They don't get
Yeah.
access, right? And so school, I started it with the intent of trying to cultivate a community of like the right mix of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
folks, right?
yeah.
And by the way, that's not me saying that if you can't afford it, I think differently of it. It's not that.
It's
It's
not.
literally what we were just talking about, which is that I can only handle serving so many people. And the more time I spend on it, the less time I can make videos and other stuff. So
Yep.
And so that's why I'm doing it. And I think it's been
Mm.
pretty successful so far. And I've gotten some very, very good people. What I love to see, honestly, is when people within my community actually go and meet each other in real life
Yeah,
and do
yeah,
cool
yeah, yeah.
things.
That's cool.
And I've
Yeah,
had that happen.
yeah.
I'm also looking at what
You're
we
doing
can
God's
do
work,
at
man.
CES. Well, so one thing you and I can potentially talk about is doing something at CES with our communities. And maybe we do like a day where we like before or after or something. Anyway, it's
I will.
something I
Yeah,
wanted to
that's.
talk to you about, right?
Yeah, that's. I'm always so reserved about that though, because like the people that have come to talk to me at like conventions are so fucking weird, man.
I
It's
talk to you at a convention.
no, I know, but no, but you like oh man, like you weren't a fan though, like you weren't like fangirling, like the like I don't know how to I would like I would already know if I would get along with somebody if in my community if I met them or not. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
there's
No,
like
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Like I would already know. So it's like I'll have to talk to you offline about it. I would be down to try it. Gotta try everything once.
Yeah, yeah. And even if it's like
Dude.
I was thinking
So when
I was
when we were
like
hang
half
on,
a
hang on.
day.
When we were talking to JJ at the Asus booth, did you notice that fucking creeper that was like 2 feet away? You didn't?
I noticed the guy that put his elbow right in my freaking camera for
No,
like
not that
10
guy. No, no,
minutes.
no, no. There was a guy. There was a dude following us around in the Asus
I didn't
booth,
know.
creeping. Yeah,
Uh,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm so perceptive of this shit, dude. I fucking notice creepers right away. And they won't talk, but they'll like pretend to look at a monitor, but then like make sure their ear is pointed over here to listen to you. They're so fucking creepy, dude. They're so fucking creepy.
No, but
God.
I mean at CES, no one basically came up to us and said anything, right?
No, I know. They just hover and they creep, right? But
Well, and some people said hi, but it was like it's just like, hey, I like it is weird, but you know, when I saw Linus and I went up and talked to him, and I wasn't, I don't know, I think I wasn't like, hey,
girly. Yeah,
fangirling
yeah.
him, right? I literally was like, hey, hey, it's good to finally meet you. We've been chatting via email and we had a chat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And it
yeah.
was like, he's just a normal guy,
I'm down.
right?
Whatever. Let's try it. You know what? Next
Yeah.
year I ain't doing no fucking meetings. Not one. Dude, not one.
Listen, I
Dude,
hope there's GPUs next year. That's what
dude,
I
I
hope.
don't dude, if Asus is like you need to have a meeting to enter, I'm like I'm not coming.
Just
I
walk
don't.
in.
No, I know. Yeah, I'll just like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm going to do my own thing. You can say yes or no, but I am not taking a single fucking meeting next year, dude. It's such a waste of fucking time. Oh my god, it's such a waste of time. Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
continue on the next podcast. We got to get going here though.
Yeah, sounds good.
So anyway, thank you for coming today, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully we covered most of the DLSS 5 stuff. Probably not, but
I think we did.
yeah.
I mean, if people really want to see it, they can look. There's a lot more drama, but I think it's not as dramatic as people are making it out.
No,
That's my opinion.
play it by ear. We'll find out more information eventually anyway. Nothing changes for now
Yeah.
anyway. So there's no
Yeah,
so
they said fall, so it's going to be a lot later in the
I had
year,
I had another guy that was like in my community. He was like, because I refused to install Windows 11, and then he was like, "Well, what are you gonna do when NVIDIA stops supporting Windows 10 drivers?" I'm like, "I'll cross that bridge when I get there, man. Who fucking like why am I
Honestly,
why am I
you're probably
future?
going to be able to go. You're going to be able to go to Windows 12, right? You're
I
going to be
hope
always
so.
on.
I hope so.
Always on. There'll be a lot of AI in it for you, right?
Yeah, the point being is more like just don't stress about things that aren't out yet. Just chill and wait.
Yeah.
Nothing. Make
Yeah.
your decisions at the time when you know more information. But anyway, so I'll send you half the cash later today, man. Thank you for coming, and yeah, we'll chat more. My cat should be good in another week or so, and then I should be back to normal. But thank you for coming, man, and
No, absolutely. Thanks for having me. And like I said, I'm going to be traveling for like 3 weeks in
right.
April, so I'll be out of pocket then. But
And if what's the entry cost for that lightning giveaway?
there isn't one. That's the whole point.
So
You
how do
just
I?
have to be part of. You
How,
just have to be in school.
so if I like make an account.
Yeah, okay, you can if you want.
Interesting. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'd be down for that shit.
So I just want to be clear: you can't influence me on giving you
No,
the
no, no, no,
lightning.
no, no, no. I'll just do a review on my channel one day. But if anybody wants to enter for that shit, go join his school community. Newman with the Prime, thanks so much, man. Okay, so let's call it there. I'll see you. I'll see everybody Saturday. When do you live stream?
I'm not doing one this week because I got a new video coming out tomorrow. So
Okay.
I got my Matrix versus Lightning video is coming out tomorrow.
I wonder how that one will do. Let me know. I wonder if
Yeah.
that one would actually do well.
So here's the thing. I'm in kind of two minds because I'm pretty sure some people are going to be like, hey, I can't afford this. I got it. But but there's another part. It's actually super interesting. The results were very, very interesting. So, and in some aspects, a little bit surprising. So, and it was, I know you'll find this hard to believe, but Jay, they do not look anything like Jay's results. Jay had an issue with his Lightning. I don't know what the hell he did, but it performs way better than what Jay said it does.
Of course, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not surprising.
Okay. All right, let's call it there. Okay, everybody, I'll see you on Saturday, and I'll talk to you after your trip's over. All right.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks.